Get creative with your photography, even during the cold months of winter. Howdy y'all, in this video we're gonna cover some creative tips on how to utilize winter and make something creative out of that. My first tip is snowy landscapes. I know everyone does them and they're not that creative, but I couldn't help myself from mentioning them because they go hand in hand with winter photography, especially in the mountains. In Czech Republic, the mountains tend to be covered with snow almost all winter long, so you can get some really pretty snowy views and landscapes. If you have a drone, now's the time to pull it out. And if you don't or don't want to buy one, that's fine, as you can rent a drone for a day. And another option is to take pictures from something like a lookout tower or simply just a high point where you can get a really good view to your landscape. Snowy winter landscapes also inspire minimalist photography, like this lone tree in the middle of a field. And it looks better, I'd say, with this sort of atmosphere during the winter than it would in the summer. Now, since the days are shorter in winter, the golden hour comes a lot earlier. Photos of white frozen landscapes reflecting warm orange sunlight have a really good contrast and add a lot of warmth to an otherwise cold landscape photo. Now use the golden hour to your advantage to shoot winter portraits in the early evening or for afternoon sunset photos. Different macro shots of frosted over leaves or fruits like rose hips are also an essential part of winter photography, or even macro photography of snowflakes. Now you can try experimenting with frozen bubbles as well. You're only gonna need to create some sort of DIY bubble maker and a temperature that's roughly around -5 degrees Celsius. Now frosty weather has another advantage, excellent visibility of the night sky. And this is a perfect opportunity to take pictures of stars and astrophotography. If you guys are interested more about learning about nighttime photography, please let us know in the comments below, as we think it would make a really cool subject for another video. So speaking of weather, you can also try playing around with long exposures when it's snowing. If you set your shutter speed correctly, you can create long white lines similar to rain. And if you don't want the falling snow in your pictures, you can use long shutter speeds to completely eliminate it. If you're more of a reportage style photographer and like covering sporting events, you can head to the slopes for skiers in action or other winter sports like ice skating and hockey. And don't forget your kids. Take your little one to the nearest hill and get pictures of them sledding or building a snowman. You'll get beautiful shots for your family album. And if you're a patient photographer who doesn't mind waiting for a good shot, head to the forest and try waiting for an animal to come to some kind of feeder or just to come out into your location. Or how about taking your pets out into the snow and taking pictures of them? Now, one of our favorite and last tips here is taking pictures of ice. And ice, especially cracks in the ice. And it might seem silly, but cracked ice can actually create very interesting and almost magical-like shapes that look like flowers, tree branches, arteries, lightning bolts, or other things as well. And it doesn't just have to be cracks in the ice. You can also try looking for frozen bubbles or other frozen water sources like streams, as objects that are frozen in water can also create very interesting photography. And those are just some tips to get you started, to get inspired, to get out into the winter landscape and take some interesting shots instead of feeling sorry for yourself and lamenting at home, sitting on the couch, wondering when it's gonna be warm outside again. I hope this gave you some ideas. Let us know what you think in the comments below or any other subjects that you would like to cover. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, see you later.